Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video we are going to see what are the differences between in and exist. So in and exist both are used in SQL to filter the results, right? So we'll see with an example step by step like how are they different. So let's consider there are two tables we have here. One is employee ID and department ID in one of the table. From the second table is department ID and the location. So as you see here in the first table we have four employee IDs and four department IDs, and in the second table we have three department IDs and the location, various location. Okay, so now first let's understand that what is the in keyword used for in SQL. If you see here, I have selected all the rows, right? Select star from world.employees. Now, what if I want to select employee ID 1, 3, and 4? How do I write that? In that case, I have to write select star from world.employees. So here world is the schema, okay, just to mention that. Inside this schema, I have this employees and department table. So select star from table name where employee ID equal to 1 or employee ID equals to 2 or employee ID equals to 4. So in this way I have to write the query, and now if I run the query I'll see only the 1, 2 and 4. The third one will not be shown because I have not put it into the condition, right? But let's say if I have multiple values to show, in that case it will be little bit tedious, right? Because I have to keep writing like this. So there is a short form for which we need to use in. What we are going to use, select star from this where employee ID, and then we'll write in 1 comma 2 and then comma 4. Now if I write this, it will give me the similar result, but if you see it is in very compact form, right? So in is nothing but it is a replacement of where only. It I mean the working wise it is similar with where clause only thing is we need to write it in a different way. Okay. Okay, now in department table I have three uh, rows here, right? 10, 20 and 30. So let's say I have a requirement here uh, that I want to see the details of those employee ID whose department belongs to New York. So now the question is, how are we going to do that? So to do that we have to use subquery. How to do that? I have written the query just to save time. Okay, so let's put it here and then I'll put it here. Okay, what I need to write it, select star from world.employees where department ID in, okay, where department ID in, select department ID from world.departments where location equal to New York. This query, what we are saying is, first this subquery, okay, will be executed, that is select department ID from world.departments where location equal to New York. Now once this query has been executed it will give us two result, right? Department ID, that is 10, and department ID 30. So there are two result. Now the outer query will be executed, that is select star from world.employees where department ID in, and then the result which we got from the outer query, that is 10 and 30, right? So for each row from the main table, it will be executed. It will be matched, right, with the subquery result. So if I run this now, it will give me 1 and 3, right? That is our desired result. See, 1 for employee ID 1, department ID is 10, for 3 it is 30, and for both 10 and 30 the location is New York. Okay, fine. Now for the similar thing we can use exist function. Okay, let's see how we can write this function. In this function, if you see, I have used select star from world.employee, so I need to see all the details from employees. Where exist, okay, select department ID from world.departments ds. So ds is the alias name of department table, and es is the alias name of the employees table. Now I'm saying where es.department id equal to ds.department id and ds.location equal to New York. So what I am trying to say here is that first, well, what will happen in this case, the outer query will be executed first. Okay, so what will happen first, the 1 and 10, it will be picked up, and then it will check with the inner query whether the department 10 is matching with any of the department from the department table. So it just validates whether there is any such record in department table which is equivalent to 10 and the location is New York. So it will keep checking one by one in the department table, and as soon as it got a result, it will return true. Okay, it will not check further. That is the main difference between in and exist. We'll see that in details. Okay, so now if I run that, I'll get the same result, right? So what is the difference? So I'll show you here. You will better understand here. So let's say we have these two table. We'll take this two table. Now how the execution flow happens? That is, first the subquery execution happens for in condition. So this part will first execute. In this part, if you see, we got two rows, right, for 10 and 30, which is New York. Now the main query iteration will start. In this main query, let's say the first record, that is employee ID 1 and department ID 10. First, it will compare with the first row of the whatever result we got from the subquery. It will check with the first record. So it matches, right? That's fine. But even though it matches, it will proceed to the next one. Okay, it will go to 30 as well, department ID, and then it will check with department ID 1030 matches. No, it does not match. So in this way, it will compare for all the four rows. Okay, all the four rows. So total 8 comparisons will happen in this case. Okay, now let's see in exist function what happens. In exist function, if you see the execution flow, in this case the main query iteration. Okay, so first, in this case, employee ID and department ID, it will first take the first record, that is 1 and 10, and then it will compare with the first record, that is 10, and then New York. Okay, and it will find a match that my location is New York, also the department ID is 10. So it will find a match and it will stop here itself. It will not go to 20 and 30. Okay, that is the main difference. But in case of in, it will still go to there. So here I'll have only one iteration. Now for the next record, 2 and 20. 2 and 20, first it will check that with 20 and New York, is it matching? No, it is not. Here it is 20 and San Francisco matching? No. Here it is matching? No. So it will validate three times. That is three iteration. In the third one, okay, in the third one, I am assuming that it will first check the first record 10 New York. It did not get a match, but then next it will check the 30 comma New York. Okay, I'm assuming because in database it may happen that it will check maybe 30th 31's next and then 20. It can happen. So I'm assuming that it is checking the second one as 30 and New York, and it found a match and it will stop here. So total two iterations in this case. And in case of the last one, again there is no match here, so it will still keep checking all the three records. So total 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3, 9 iterations. Right? So here is the difference, okay, in and exist. Now if you see here in this case, in case of in we have 8 iteration total, and in case of exist we have total 9 iterations. So maybe you would think that exist is not that efficient, but that is not the case. So let's see with an example. Let's analyze the performance of in and exist with a large data set. And in this large data set, I am assuming that we have total 1 million rows in the table, and the department table contains 100 rows. Out of 1 million rows in employees, 20%, that is 2 lakh rows, have department ID values that match those in the department table, right? So what will happen? Subquery result, in case of in, what will happen, that is all the 1 million row will be compared against 100 rows in the department ID. So it is simply multiply 1 million multiply by 100, that is 100 million comparisons, correct? Because that's what we saw. It will compare whether it is matching or not, it will compare for all the rows, that is multiplication 100 million. But in case of exist, let's see. So if the subquery found a match early, it will not scan more, right? So what I am assuming here that for 2 lakh rows, okay, 200,000 rows, on average, assume a match is found after scanning 10 rows. So first I mean, I am just assuming that after 10 rows, it will found a match. So in that case, and for 80,000 sorry 800,000 non-matching rows, it will compare for all the 100 rows in the department ID, right? So total, how what will happen, that is uh, 200,000 multiplied by 10, because at the 10 rows itself it found a match, and for the remaining it will check for all the 100, correct? So total I can see 82 million comparisons happened. So if you now compare, in case of in, it is 100 million, but here it is 82 million. So it is 18 million less comparison in case of exist. So from that, what we can conclude is exist is more efficient in case of large data set. Okay, so here if you see, we have taken large data set, that is 1 million. In that case, it is very efficient. But if you are dealing with very less database, then you can use any of them. In fact, in will be more efficient in that case. Okay, so that's all. That is the main differences and how it works between in and exist. Thank you for watching.